Hello guys and girls, my name is Mr.Orange and we're back on the Grand Tour game. So it's finally here, we have Season 3, Episode 1 of the Grand Tour. So yeah, we're gonna go into Season 3 and the episode is called Motown Funk. So yeah, we're gonna go into here, and by the looks of it, we're gonna be using some very amazing muscle cars here in this episode. So yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah, we're gonna play from the start, and let's do this.
Everybody, thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, we're back. We are. Now, a lot of people have been saying, why has it taken so long? What have you been doing? Well, hopefully, we can answer that with this short montage of what you can expect over the next 13 weeks.
Is that barrel gonna...
Fire everywhere!
Ah! He's gone! Look! Hang on a minute!
The nearest civilization is a town called Moron. In order to reach it, you must build the contents of these boxes. You have enough food for 7 days.
Oh, dear. Oh, God!
Were this not such a serious situation, it would be a good laugh.
There must have been 30 or 40 people in the room when the police arrived. Whoa! Clarkson! Jesus Christ, no, I'm too close to the edge. Oh.
Let's sing a song.
No.
I am sitting where Jim Clark sat.
Going in hard and hard. We're fleeing!
Okay, flee.
Well, they'll be using a pistol, won't he?
I think you're going to like this series, and I particularly think you're going to like how it begins, because even over here on this side of the pond, we recognise that Detroit is the spiritual home to anyone whose communion wine is petrol and whose heart beats like a big, lumpy, wet V8. Which is why this week, and it's long overdue, the Grand Tour is off to the Motor City with an idea. Of course, the whole world knows that Detroit is now a shadow of its former self. But we also know that efforts are being made to bring life back to the ruins, with urban farms. Local people are being encouraged to grow kale and beans and seeds in plots like this where houses and businesses once stood. It breaks your heart. I mean, this is Detroit. It shouldn't be a help-yourself pop-up street allotment for organic vegan peace hippies, when it could be a pulsating playground for the petrol head. It has the roads. It has the space. It was built by the rumble of a V8, and it should rumble to that sound once more. So that's what we've come here to do. Make some noise. These are the toys we'll be using. 3 American muscle cars, all of which have been tuned to a tire-shredding DEFCON 1. I have the Ford Mustang RTR Spec 3. Mr. Slowly has what's called the Exorcist. And in his whining Dodge Challenger Demon, Hammond has an erection.
Oh yes, we're driving the Dodge Demon. Bike, actually, to be honest, guys, this is my favorite muscle car.
To make this, they took a Hellcat, I drove one before on the show, and just made it more of everything.
Oh yes, it is, man. It is. This is a Dodge Demon. I mean, these cars are really rare, even in today's standards. Like, it's a really rare car. You don't see them like that many on the roads, but such amazing cars. Oh yeah, it's.
Oh no.
This is actually not. I'm not really driving that well. I'm sorry about this, but I'm driving a muscle car in the very small streets. So, I'm not doing great. Yeah, I'm gonna get a bronze medal, I'm guessing. Which is not great because I'm trying to get as many golden medals as possible. But yeah, it's not working out that great. Except, come on. We maybe have a little bit of time left. We can maybe still do this, but I'm not really sure about that. Maybe. I'm gonna do my best. There we go. And yes, we did it.
Noise in the city.
Bloody hellfire. This car is tuned by Hennessy. They've taken a standard Camaro and they've given it 1,000 horsepower.
Now that's very interesting. It's tuned by Hennessy, which is a very good like tuning company. Like, if you think about it.
Wheels are standard, brakes are standard, suspension is standard, bodywork is standard. It's all standard except the power.
Of course, power. You always have to tune the power. It doesn't matter if the body is gonna change or anything like that. Always, it's all about the power on these muscle cars. Not about the body or anything like that. It's all about the engine and the horsepower. And also a little bit of the body, but still. I think that more on that. Okay, we're not doing great on the fizz. Come on. Speed up. Oh no, and we're gonna crash again. Yeah, we're not doing great right now. Come on. Can we set more of that fizz? Okay, there we go. we go. Come on. Okay, we're doing not too bad, except, yeah. Come on, give me some more fizz. Yeah, this is going to be a bronze medal. No, please say. We can still do this. Come on. No way. This is going to be a bronze medal. No.
And yea, though I walk in the shadow of the valiant death, I will fear no evil. Because I am the exorcist.
This may look small and delicate compared to the other two, but be in no doubt, it has the muscle car credentials. Oh yeah.
Now that's a fun car. A Ford Mustang. Okay, it looks like we have to do some drifting with a muscle car.
The fact is that the engine in Hammond's car is a push-rod, 2-valve iron museum piece. No!
No, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I crashed. I'm crashing this beautiful car. We could also do some drifting on the way.
Oh, dearie me.
I know, I'm sorry that I'm just ruining this beautiful car. I'm trying to get the drifts, that's all I'm here for. Here we go. Let's also do some drifting on the way. Some small drifts, nothing too big. There we go, we got a bronze. Oh, I'm sorry, Clarkson. Sorry, I'm scaring you a lot, but I'm just trying to do some drifting. I'm also curious if they're even making hybrid muscle cars. I'm not really sure if there's even a hybrid muscle car in the world, but I think there's at least one company that makes a hybrid muscle car, which is actually a good thing that we have an option like that, but at the same time, it's just like, why? Why do you want a hybrid muscle car? But you know, just for the people that want to be, I don't know, more green, or they just want to, I don't know, but just still. It's just a really dumb idea, but I have heard there's at least one muscle car that has a hybrid drivetrain, so it's a little bit weird. Just saying, it's a weird combination. Okay, so we're almost at 12,000 meters. Just have to do some drifting on this corner.
Oh, look at that for a tidy line.
Oh yes, Clarkson, of course. There we go, we're almost done. Some drifting on that side, and
I'm gonna get knighthood.
there we go. We got a golden medal in the pocket, and now the only thing left to do is just to go to the finish line. Very nice.
This then is the Anthony Joshua of muscle cars. Big and brawny, but it has brains as well. Then there's its name. It's the RTR, which stands for, and I'm not making this up, ready to rock.
Chaps, did you know mine only comes with one seat as standard?
Really?
What?
As standard, you get one seat in a Demon. You can opt to have the others put back in, and it costs you $1.
Which seat do they put in as standard?
Eventually, we decided to pull over in our motoring theme park to see which of our fairground muscle rides would be the fastest in a street drag race. So, what I'm thinking is, here, when the lights go green, down, what's a quarter of a mile, just beyond the church?
Yeah, something like that.
Perfect.
What if the police come?
Well, he won't, he's in Beverly Hills. I've seen the movie.
Why can't we just do this on a racetrack or a runway like we usually do?
Because we're here to prove that this is a racetrack.
Detroit is empty now and should just be used for this sort of thing.
Yes, but it isn't a real race. It isn't an actual race.
No, it is.
is.
This is where the muscle car was born.
I can't do it.
Why can't you do it?
Because Dodge only lent me that car if I promised not to do any drag racing on the road with it.
What?
But it is,
That's what it's for.
I know.
it's literally what it's for.
Yes, I know, but that's the way it is. I'm sorry.
Do you think it's an insurance?
It is, it's because it's
No,
him.
it's
because
not.
You don't want it on the roof.
Who's driving it? Richard Hammond.
You
Right,
can't drive it.
It's just what they said, and I'm really sorry, so we can't do it. I'm sorry.
We can.
We're not going to do it without that.
Let me think. Yeah, we are. Just
Really
right the
gonna-
way. Right the way.
One for all and all for yourselves. That's how
Yep.
it goes, isn't it?
Aircon is off.
Okay,
Three,
let's rev up those engines.
One.
There we go.
I don't want to sound like you, but the launch control in this car is so complicated. There's a YouTube video about it, and I have watched it, but I forgot.
Oh, that's funny. You literally have to go on YouTube to search up how to launch your Camaro
Wave the white flag.
or your Chevrolet.
And then we
car.
took a closer look at the savage beating heart of the Exorcist. And that's a standard Corvette engine, basically,
Z06, yep.
with a supercharger plonked on the top. That's there, yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
2.9 litre supercharger.
So the bit they've bolted to your engine is bigger than most European engines.
Yes.
So's the one on mine. It's 2.7 litres.
Yeah, not as big. The point is, Hammond, this is the Exorcist. The job of the Exorcist is to vanquish the demon.
It's like, you remember in the 60s, I think Di Tommaso made a car called the Mangusta, which is Italian for mongoose.
Yes, and a mongoose can kill a cobra, can't it?
That's why they did it.
Yes, but this hasn't vanquished the demon. It hasn't beaten it.
Tell you what, why don't you find a racetrack or a runway somewhere, okay? I'll gracefully bow out, and we can have a race between good and evil. First, though, we decided to find out which of our cars makes the loudest noise. There were, of course, many possible locations for this important test. But eventually, we found one that was absolutely ideal.
Since the owners feared the noise from our engines would bring down the crumbling roof, we were given protective clothing.
I'm going to put this on because there may be dust. There will be dust.
Traction off. I'll just make wheel spin. Wheel spin, that just makes a huge amount of noise. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Oh, so we have to make as much noise as possible. So I'm just gonna do roundabouts. It's the most easiest thing to do. Well, that's easy. And we got a gold for some reason. That was really easy. So you did a great job. So I don't know what should we do next. Let's do some drifting. Oh, whoops.
Whoops.
Whoops, yes. I'm sorry, Clarkson. I just wanna do some. Oh, yeah.
God.
That's what happens if we have traction control off. Like, you can't even drive this car normally, like a normal person. Oh, yes. There we go. Oh,
Oh,
I just hit another wall. But it's, at least we got the golden medal. That's the only thing that matters. So there we go.
God, that's pretty horrible.
how loud?
Well, at its peak,
Yep.
125.2. Oh, wait a minute. You don't know. You're the first to go.
125.
Yes.
The Who, widely regarded to be the loudest rock band of all time.
Yes.
126 decibels. Deep Purple, a mere 117 decibels. That car is louder than Deep Purple.
But probably a lot quieter than my demon.
Any minute now, paramedic will be cutting his trousers off.
You should have
Ready?
taken them off before he got in.
Joe, I don't know why he wears trousers.
Here we go. Ready in 3, 2. Oh, wait a minute. It hasn't done it. Easy mistake. We've all done it. Forgotten the key when you're donutting in a Detroit theatre that's been turned into a multi-story car park. Everybody's been there.
Okay, in 3, 2.
We're off.
Okay, and we're off, of course. So, Hammond, you should better do a good job, because again, it's going to be easy. We just have to do roundabouts. So 118 decibels, which for a muscle car is fairly loud. Okay, well, you done great, Hammond.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm sorry, Hammond. Sorry if I crashed your demon. Okay, what should we do next? Let's do some drifting around here. Why not? Let's just do some roundabouts about here. I don't know, what should we do next? Because now we have a gold medal, so some roundabouts here. Can we do some drifting? Oh, yes, we can. Ooh, yes. That's very nice.
125.2 to beat.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of noise.
118.8 tiptoe boy.
2.7 litre capacity supercharger on it. It's
Yeah, but it doesn't make
well,
any
they didn't
noise.
build it for this. They built it for drag racing, and they wouldn't let me
Oh,
do
what,
that.
did they?
So,
Did they?
How do
well,
we
they-
know?
Well, they did.
Before this sore point became even sorer, I sent James off to have a go.
Don't think he's ever done a donut
No.
in his life.
No.
We are about to witness James D. May losing his virginity.
Popping his donut cherry.
James May, are you ready? Fire it up in 3. It took him a little while, but eventually he got the hang of it.
Go!
Okay, not bad, May, for your first time drifting. Now you just got the hang of it. Now we're just gonna do some roundabouts and make as much noise as possible. Wow, 128 decibels. That's more than the Ford Mustang. That's impressive. There we go. We did it. We got an achievement. Monster. Okay, pop 128 decibels in the Michigan building. Well, that's a lot. So, not bad, May. First time drifting. You got the hang of it, and at least you made as much noise, more noise than the Ford Mustang. So, congratulations. And I'm just gonna do some roundabouts here, and that should be the end of that. That's 128 decibels.
What's my score?
Why don't we just go? Come on, James, we've got to go.
Yep, moving on.
What was it?
Oh, I've wiped it.
No, you haven't.
It was 12.
Come on, what was... Why have I got this on my face? What was
It
it?
was 128, so just 2.8 more than me.
So more.
Yes.
Hold that.
Why?
Please just hold that.
Oh, I hate the victory dance. I hate the victory dance.
Good, right, let's
How much
move on.
is your car? How much?
98, something like that.
£98,000.
Yes.
40,000.
Yeah, but mine's better, so it's more expensive.
40,000.
Faster and louder.
720 horsepower, £40,000.
Am I the only person here who understands muscle cars?
That's a ridiculous thing to say.
You asked for it. You asked for it. You never got the burgers either.
No, you didn't.
We shall pick that up later on.
You may remember in the very first show of the Grand Tour in the first season, I was blown away by McLaren P1.
Yeah, I do remember. You said it would be faster than the Porsche 918 and the Ferrari, And, no, wait a minute. It wasn't, was it? And as a result, the only thing that got blown away was your house.
Yes, that's undoubtedly true.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it remains to this day the most exciting, most brutal, most visceral car I've ever driven. And I didn't think it could ever be topped. But McLaren have given it a bash. And I thought, well, if they've built a car that can out P1 a P1, I'd better test it somewhere a bit less narrow and a bit less tree-lined and a bit less covered in deers and badgers than the Ebola drome. So I took it to the fastest racetrack in Europe, which is, actually, anyone want to guess which it is? No, not Monza. Not Spa.
Do you know?
What?
Do you know?
Thruxton.
Boys.
Thruxton is the fastest racetrack in Europe. So that's where I took the new McLaren.
Hello, fellow driving enthusiasts. James here.
Owing to the unique way we make video games, we are sadly unable to have the McLaren Senna in this episode for now. Apologies for that. As a sort of consolation prize, we're going to go back and look at Hammond driving the equally fantastic McLaren 720S from Season 2. It's a cracker, apart from the Hammond bit.
While the outgoing car may have been great to drive, it was never what you'd call beautiful or even very exciting to look at. But its replacement, well, that's a different matter. It's called the 720S, and from any angle and in every detail, it's simply sensational. Right down to the engine bay that glows red when you unlock the doors.
Yep, on the head turnometer, this thing definitely matches the Ferrari 488 and the Lamborghini Huracan. And then when we move on to the business of speed and power, it actually beats them.
Wow, I really love the look of this car. But the sad thing is they didn't include the McLaren Senna. I'm surprised that they haven't included that, which is really sad because that's also a very beautiful McLaren. But still, we have this beautiful McLaren as a replacement that May has said, which is also a good replacement because I also would have maybe picked. You know, of course, this car, if we could have not used the McLaren Senna.
0 to 60 takes just 2.8 seconds. Top speed is 212 miles an hour. Both those numbers walloping the efforts of the Italians.
Everything is bigger in this car. Even the price, £208,000. Oh wait, that's not a good point, is it? No, that's a... never mind, whatever. The horsepower is... well, it's ridiculous is what it is. This 4-litre V8 with its twin turbos produces 710 of them. To put that into context, the actual mechanical engine in a McLaren P1 without all the hybrid battery boost produces just 17 horsepower more. Net result of that is... staggering!
Oh yes, it is. A V8 twin-turboed McLaren is actually impressive. Oh, so we have to do the best lap time. Okay, we can do this. Well, I hope so. With a very fast McLaren. Oh, that's a crash. Whoops, I'm sorry. Oh, that's another crash. Isn't so great, but there we go. We can try to do our best to have a very good lap time, but I'm gonna do my best. I love the sound of it. For a V8, that's just really impressive. Oh, we have to slow down on this corner. There we go. Oh, that's a nice. The handling of it is also very smooth. I love it. Okay, nice turn. And here it is. There we go. We got a gold. For our first lap, we got a gold. Let's try to get a better time, if we even can. But the thing that would be really amazing if they oh, whoops. Okay, we got an achievement. What do we? Okay, blow past 155 miles on the. Oh, okay, Ebola drone. Okay, I still really find that name to be ridiculous. For this track, I would have maybe called it the Twisty track, which is a very more mature name than the Ebola drone or something like that. But still, okay, I'm crashing a lot right now. But still, doesn't matter. We still have the best lap time. So we're just gonna drive around and just try to maybe do some drifting on the way. Oh, yes. Let's do some drifting.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Hammond. Let me try to do this again. But maybe with some more drifting. How about that? I'm gonna try to drift with a supercar on some of these corners. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, drift. Oh, that's beautiful. Now that's amazing.
Whoa!
Okay, why are you freaking out, Hammond? I haven't done a single thing and you're already freaking out. I think he's freaking out about the speed that I'm right now doing. Okay, drift on that corner. Beautiful. Oh, I think we can get a much better time. Come on, please say we can still do this. There we go. Oh, yes, that's... Oh, so close. We almost got a better time. Okay, and there it goes. 7 seconds left. And here is our golden medal in the pocket, of course.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, that's it. Oh, we have to do one more lap time. Okay, well, we're gonna do that. I thought... Okay, so come on, let's do this last one, which I'm not gonna get a good time on it, of course not, because why do we have to even matter doing our best? We already have a medal. Let's just do some. Let's just practice on our drifting skills. How about that? Because I'm still trying to do my best.
Oh my God.
Oh yes. Oh my God. That's another drift, and there we go.
Oh, that is fast. However, although they've gone nuts with the styling and the engine, the 720 is still very much a McLaren. By that, I mean it's been made by the ultimate tech nerds from the kingdom of geeks. Let me put it this way. This is, like I say, the replacement for the McLaren 650S. And if you ask a McLaren technician, so how much of this car is new then? They will tell you 91%. Not nearly all of it, mate, or about 90%. 91%. James May applied for a job at McLaren, but they turned him down for being too slapdash. And this incredible geekery has paid dividends. For example, one of the reasons the 720 looks so pretty is because it's the only mid-engine supercar without massive gaping intakes behind the doors. Instead, McLaren created subtle channels along the bodywork to feed air into the engine bay. More nerd stuff. The old car, the 650, had a carbon fiber tub that came up to here. On the 720, all of that down the center, everything is carbon fiber. That means these carbon windscreen pillars can be very thin, which makes it easier to see out, and it's light. Overall, they've lost about 18 kilograms up here. That means the center of gravity is lower, which is good. God, it's the grip is staggering. It feels like a four-wheel drive. But if you do want things to get a little more nary, simply dive into the computers and activate variable drift control. It lets you select the angle of dangle through your drift by varying the amount of traction control. I think we'll go for all of it. Lots of drift available.
Oh yes, are we gonna drift this thing? Oh yes, we are. We are drifting a McLaren, which is amazing. Already practiced a little bit on my drifting. Not a lot, but a little bit at least. Come on, let's do drift on this corner. Oh no, that wasn't the greatest drift out there. Okay. There we go. That was sort of beautiful. Okay, that's not great. That's not a great drift at all. Okay, let's do some small drifts on that corner.
Oh no.
There we go. Just some small drifts on this corner. Wow, really? Do you have to... Oh no, I think we can still beat this. Oh, beautiful. Come on, we can still do this. Yes, we got a golden medal. That's the only thing that matters. Oh yes, I'm happy. Again, guys, like, this is a really amazing car. Like, everything about it is just really perfection.
Finished your slide test. You can switch back to comfort mode and settle down for a relaxing cruise. That's the thing that stands out about this car. It's everything in one. You want speed, you get speed. You want comfort, you get comfort. You want to lose tire rubber, help yourself. You want boot space, there's plenty. But the thing I keep coming back to is those looks. Because at last, McLaren's technical perfection
has been clothed in a way that does justice to the fizzing brilliance underneath.
God, I'm falling in love a bit here. Actually, no, I'll go further. I'm in love. This is utterly brilliant.
We must now get back to our film.
Yes.
Earlier on, we decided that Detroit should be a big sort of petrol head theme park. So we went over there with 3 tuned muscle cars.
Yep, and so far we've staged a drag race, done some donuts, and Jeremy has driven over some vegetables.
And then the next day, we decided that what Detroit really needs is a racetrack.
Yeah, even though it already has 2.
Yes, but we wanted something more earthy. So we headed for the city centre. Having returned to the rundown suburbs, we eventually found the perfect place to build a racetrack. Cadillac's old Connor Avenue factory. For over 60 years, they stamped out the body panels here for icons like the Eldorado, the Fleetwood, and the Coupe de Ville. If it were up to James, this creaking monument to the Motor City's decline would be turned into a shrubbery. But it wasn't up to James. So it would become a Monte Carlo-style tunnel feature on our Detroit-themed racetrack. Because building the track involved heavy machinery and manual labor, Hammond insisted on doing everything himself.
That is going to be a fast corner.
Despite this, though, he soon had everything ready. Because the track had been built by the world's most accident-prone driver, we thought it best that the God-fearing exorcist should christen it.
Okay, and we started off. That was a very good start. Okay, so this track was made by Hammond.
Here comes a really dangerous bend.
Yes, I can see that. It's a very dangerous track. But still, I'm not used to... Oh, wow. Okay, this track is really difficult.
Slight slow there.
Okay, going to this corner. It's a really confusing track. Yeah, there's no way that I can complete this in gold medal. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, but we still got it.
After his run, James couldn't wait to give Hammond some constructive feedback.
I just want to say, Hammond, you witless dishcloth. That is the worst racetrack I've ever been round. It's slippery, it's full of holes, it's full of obstacles for you to crash into, it's narrow.
It's challenging, is it? Technical.
It's not challenging, it's only about that much bigger than the car, and it's made of butter. And it appears to be full of asbestos waste. Oh, it is full of asbestos?
Yeah, I'm sorry about
Oh, well,
that.
thank you.
Sorry, yeah, close your window.
All of us then set about our practice laps on Hammond's death trap. However, these were just unofficial practice laps. Now it was time for the one-shot, winner-takes-all real thing.
In 3, 2, 1, begin!
And go. The music I was playing for a second, that was amazing. Oh, the music is still playing. Oh, I love the song. I don't know the song name, but I love the theme of it. Very nice and relaxing. Well, it's not really relaxing, but I just love the song.
Concentrate, look through the bend. This is quite a complicated one. Go faster.
Yes, I'm going faster and faster as I can. I'm sorry. Again. Oh, the song is amazing. It just gives me power for some reason. There we go.
Yes.
That's a golden medal, and oh, we just hit so many things. The Motor City Muscle. Okay, I'm hitting too many. Lap abandon abandon. Okay, I didn't read that achievement, but still doesn't matter. We did it. The song that actually helped us a lot. The song actually was playing in the background and
Forward.
just gave us more power, of course. like every time when I play a racing game, I always like put on some music and just try to do my best, and it always works, like every time. But yeah, this is actually my type of song if I had to race. But if you guys didn't know about this, my favorite type of song that I always listen when I'm racing is Eurobeat. And if you guys don't know what is Eurobeat, it's basically something about Initial D. If you guys know about anime, Initial D, and about that, you guys know what I'm talking about. So, kind of gives me that, I don't know, just gives me more energy, strength, and of course, more power.
Full throttle.
Not always, but sometimes. Okay, here we go. We got a better lap time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, yes, it is interesting. Hit another wall. Wasn't that really interesting? I just hit a wall. I don't know how, yeah. With a very expensive car, but still.
Go!
Yes, danger, and I almost hit a wall. So you can just stop saying that, because otherwise I'm gonna hit another wall in a second.
Dab of brakes.
Okay, let's do a drift on this corner. Oh, yes! Oh, that was satisfying. And yes!
I pooed myself.
Funny noise.
However, the trouser accident had clearly been worth it.
Yep.
I'm happy with that, and I haven't hit any famous musicians or bits of old car factory.
Next, it was the turn of Corporal Crash.
Where's the fire engine gone? I saw
Fire
it
engine's
earlier.
over there. Ambulance is
Oh, we're all comedians today.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember, if you lose to James May,
It's more humiliating. It's worse than death.
in 3, 2, 1.
And start with the demon. Good start so far. Okay, this car handles a little bit more heavily for some reason, which is actually sort of a good thing, but I'm not really sure about that. But we're gonna do our best, of course.
My own car doesn't fit around my own racetrack.
Well, I know it's a
Right,
really
we're
wide
all
car. What do you expect, man? It's a very, very wide car, so I don't know why are you saying that, yeah, it just doesn't fit the track, which is true, because it doesn't. And we still, oh, we got a golden medal.
Oh,
And
for God's sake.
we just hit so many walls. Yeah, the Crash Master, of course, Hammond, because in Season 2 we actually crashed his electric car, and it's actually a real crash. If you search it up on Google, it's a thing that happened real, so it's not fake. That crash, when he crashed his electric supercar, it's a real thing. So it's not a joke. Because sometimes they joke around just to be funny to each other, but the crash that Hammond had is a real one.
Gotta keep the pressure on.
Yes, I'm trying to keep the pressure, of course, on. Damn, I love the demon. The car is really quiet, but just like,
Oh, no.
I don't know, I just really love the looks of it. Even the old Dodge Chargers from back in the day in the 70s and 80s, they were also amazing vehicles.
Come on.
Come on. Yes, I did it. Oh, we got a best lap time.
God.
Okay, so the time is almost up. So we have 50 seconds. 15 seconds. So let's try to do our best on corners. There we go. Let's try to hit a better lap time.
Oh, for God's sake. Come on.
Yes, come on. And yes, a little bit better.
That felt good. It felt like a quick one.
I don't know how to put this to you, but
No.
0.4 of a second slower than James May.
This is what death feels like.
Yep, okay, get out of the demon. We've done the demon and the exorcist. It's time for the blue nun.
Blue Nut.
Yeah. Totally pointless waste of time then. We've established the Mustang is the fastest by an enormous margin. But I'll go and do it, I suppose.
Jeremy Smug in My Little Pony, are you ready? In 3, 2, 1.
And that's a start. Okay, so 35 seconds we have to beat. Let's try to do our best on this. Okay, the car handles fine on some of the corners. Okay, that's another beautiful corner. I feel like this car is a little bit slower than the other ones, which is not really a problem for us, but I'm trying to get a good time out of this. Okay, let's do a couple of drifts. And that's again a medal for us. Incredible, of course. So let's try to hit a better lap time. How about that? Do some more drifting. And then we're gonna do a drift on this corner. Oh, that was not the greatest. Oh,
my God!
that was a really bad drift. I'm sorry, Clarkson. And that's a drift on that corner. And this. Oh, yes, we got a better time. 30 seconds.
Oh my God!
That's much better. That's a drift. Okay, now this is the opportunity. Come on, let's nail this.
I love speeding.
I also love speeding.
It is quite scary through here.
Well, it's already scary for me, but now I'm sort of used to this track. I practice a little bit. I have practiced a little bit. Oh, yes, that's a much better time. 29 seconds. That's much better than the other ones, the Dodge Demon and the Corvette. Okay, can we hit a better lap time? I think we can. Come on, 28. I'm gonna bet myself. Can we do 28? Okay, let's do a drift on that corner. Yes, can we do this? No, we were so close.
You're running!
I know, but you'll see. Got to get down to this corner before he gets back. Help me tip this over.
What is it?
It's organic palm oil, very slippery. It's the revenge of the urban farmer.
Into the blind bend. There is Stevie Wonder.
You do know it's palm oil that's ruining life for the world's orangutans.
Only this one.
Come on, come on. Short shifting into third.
And on that terrible disappointment,
For him.
it's back to the tent.
You? I thought it had been you.
Oh, no.
You ruined my lap.
You said Detroit had to be a playground, and that's what I was doing. I was playing.
Listen, can my practice time stand? Because that was still the quickest.
That's not how it works. You can't just say that because you were the quickest in qualifying, you would have won the race if you hadn't crashed.
Well, I can say it.
Well, you can say it. I could say I'm the captain of the English cricket team. I wouldn't be any good at it.
Well, moving on.
I knew where he was going with that. Anyway, look, in part one of that film, we said that we would have a race between the Demon and the Exorcist, a drag race, yeah? And then it never happened. Except it did.
Yeah, you see, Dodge said we couldn't drag race it on the street, but they didn't say anything about airfields. So after we'd finished at our track, we found one of those.
Now, I bowed out of this like I said I would, because the Mustang in the drag racing environment's never going to win. And it became a two-horse race between Sir Crash-A-Lot and the Onanist, OK? But we have a problem. See, we only have time left in the show, realistically, for one more thing. We've got the guest segment. And this week, I should tell you, it's between Howard from the Halifax advert and Adrian Childs to find the fastest person you don't really hear from much anymore. We'll have a vote, I think. Who here would like to see the celebrity segment? One over there. And who'd like to see the drag race?
Does that mean they're not coming on then?
Very much so. Very much so, James. So here it is then, the race between good and evil.
Right, here we go, viewers. It's either salvation or a world plunged into eternal darkness.
Okay, this is it. The race between good and evil. Are we ready, gentlemen? We ready?
Go.
Go. What's happening?
I've got a couple of things to do before we start.
You think you can't just drag race this now?
Well, you've got to do it properly. This is a proper drag racing car.
What is he doing?
This is what you get when you buy a Demon. Costs you an extra $1, and you get this crate. Oh, it's like a picnic hamper for men. Then, underneath and to either side, I've got boxes with a new ECU. I've got everything I need.
ECU?
Yeah. Look at that!
He's got this enormous crate and some bags and tins full of tools with 2 space savers and...
Space Saver wheels.
Hang on. Right, so that's it. Good.
Yep, now I've got to do the ECU. Which goes in here, I believe. I'll have to take that out, I think.
So they've got a different ECU, just telling the engine's big powerful.
Right. Why didn't they just put that one in from the start?
So this all goes back in here with my new switch gear in.
It's 1 hour and 7 minutes.
Actually, you're right, it is. It's over an hour now. God.
There we go.
Finally, the rebuild of the Demon was complete. And it was time for the drivers to warm their tires. In 3, 2, 1, burn out!
Away!
Okay, let's do the burnout. Oh, yes. Well, I wanted to race with the Dodge Demon, but yeah, still, let's go with without any evil.
Right, your tyres are warm. Are you now ready?
What?
So are you ready to come to the start line?
No!
What do you mean, no?
No, that was just a celebratory burnout.
Oh, geez, he's got out.
I've done all the building work, now I've got to set the car up.
What?
I've got to get in the right modes. There's stuff to do, mate.
Oh, I've had enough. I'm sorry, I've had enough. Bye.
We're never going to do this.
So, I need to go into drag. Drag mode activating. Excellent. Drag transmission, drag traction, power. So, power needs to go up to 840. We are now in high octane.
I've never known anything like it.
With our starter on his way back to London, the traffic lights were brought in, and finally, we were ready to go.
I'm going to bust your ass, evil boy. Oh, yes.
What are you going to do with it now? Because I've seen the film and I wouldn't do it.
Oh, good and evil. Let's go. That's a good start. Oh, yes, I'm racing the Demon. Oh, it's so close.
Come on, keep going.
Come on. Yes, first position.
Evil wins. Evil wins. Yes! Victory for the Demon. Thank you.
Yes,
Because I won.
you won.
Because
you
I
did
won.
win.
Yes,
Well
I
done.
did.
You
You noticed that?
Yes, I noticed
That I
you-
won.
yes.
At the end of the race, if you saw, my car was in front of your car, which means I won.
Can I just point out that first you had to spend half a day rebuilding half your car, and then you had to run it on fuel that you can't buy from a normal petrol station.
Oh, wait a minute. Your excrement runs on that clever fuel all the time.
I was sort of banking on you not knowing that.
Yes, well,
Gentlemen,
I do know it.
Gentlemen, I think we have to agree that the Mustang is the only car here that ticks all the muscle car boxes. It's cheap, it's powerful, it runs on fuel you can buy, and you can have it with the steering wheel on the correct side.
You don't get it, do you? You just don't get it. A muscle car is supposed to have 1,000 horsepower, be undrivable, and have a stupid name.
It's called Ready to Rock. That is a stupid name. Listen, Hammond, not only are you the fiscal brain of this operation, you're also the resident muscle car enthusiast, yes? So, and I know the answer to this because you told me on the plane on the way home, of the 3 cars, which would you actually buy?
Buy.
Buy.
With my own money.
Yes.
Buy.
Yes.
Myself.
Yes.
It's the Mustang.
There you go, the Mustang. And so on that terrible disappointment for you...
Snowflakes.
It's time time to end. Now, next week, it is a Grand Tour special, where we attempt to become the first ever television show in the history of television to go to Colombia and not use the C word. See you then. Goodbye.
Okay, guys, so that's the ending of Season 3 of Episode 1. What an amazing episode. Like, we have been racing with the Dodge Demon, the Ford Mustang, and of course the Chevrolet Corvette. Such amazing cars. So we got a bronze medal on the 5th countdown, and we also got a bronze medal on the smoke gets in your tires. I think that's what it's called. Which is actually really disappointing because I thought that this is going to be the one that we're gonna get all gold on, but it's not. Still, I'm happy with all the gold medals that we still got from all of the other challenges that we did. So yeah, what we're gonna do is skip out of it, and now the only thing left to do is to wait till next week for another episode to release, because at the moment we've completed all of the seasons, and I have heard there's going to be some new episodes on Season 3. I don't know what is going to happen with Season 1 and Season 2, but I have heard there's going to be some new episodes that are going to come to Season 3, which is actually really exciting because I really love the Grand Tour game. Some people had some really mixed reviews about it, like some people said that it's a really bad game, it looks really trash and all that. But for Amazon's first game, it's really not bad. Like, I mean it, really. It's not bad. It's really fun, some of the challenges. And, yeah, apart from that, we're gonna back out of this and end this video here on the main screen, of course, or the main menu. So, hey, guys, what I'm gonna do here is end off this video right here. So, it would be very, very amazing of you if we could give this video a like. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye.